What is going on, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard at Graybeard Gaming Group. Today is Wednesday, January 6th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. Over the last few weeks, a lot of you have reached out asking me to put together a build based around the ECLIPSE protocol gear set as well as a Scorpio shotgun. That's exactly what we're doing today. You've probably seen builds out there like this, however, a lot of you did request it, so that's why I'm putting it together for you. Now, if you happen to be new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. Finally, as most of you know, we have giveaways here, and our current one is for an Xbox Series X. However, more importantly, we will also be making a donation in the winner's name to St. Jude Children's Hospital for $500. We will be announcing the winner on April 4th of this year to celebrate our 1-year anniversary of being on YouTube, and all you need to do to enter is subscribe to our channel or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. As always, keep in mind that watching our content is not a requirement to win. Only watch the things here you may enjoy. That's why we give you the option of entering via Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. So one of the first things I always like to mention when I put out a build video is this is just a template. I prefer to run the build this way. I'm sure you've seen other great builds out there. Feel free to run it any way you like. The most important thing is really, designing this thing towards your game style. As always, I'm starting off by showing you a little bit of footage, then we're going to cut to the build itself. Then after that, there'll be a little more footage, as well as I'll go over a few tips that I'd like to give new players when they're trying out a new build for the first time. And one final thing I'd like to mention as we get into the build itself is that there is definite room for improvement. This is the best gear that I have for this particular build, but I'm always farming for new stuff. And again, I just like showing you that it doesn't have to be perfect to get the job done. Starting off with a specialization, I like running Technician because I like that extra bonus towards skill proxies and robotics. However, you can run Gunner to get that armor on kill or Firewall for that shield bonus. It's really up to you. Moving on to the primary weapon, it's the Scorpio shotgun. I absolutely love this thing, and one of the best things about it, in my opinion, is that you can get it from just going through your seasonal progress with Season 4. What makes this weapon so effective is its talent Septic Shock. Shooting a target applies stacks of venom, which lasts for 10 seconds. Increasing stacks add more severe debuffs to the target. Now continuing on to the mask, this thing is an absolute beast when you run it in conjunction with the Scorpio shotgun and the ECLIPSE protocol gear set. It has the talent Toxic Delivery. Status effects also apply a damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. Not only that, but you can see that total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade damage and increased by your status effect attributes. Now, I know this was something you could pick up from a previous season, but I do believe it is in the open loot pool now. Now moving on to the body armor, it's our first piece of the ECLIPSE protocol gear set. You want a 4-piece bonus. The 2-piece gives you 15% status effects. The 3-piece gives you 15% skill haste, 30% hazard protection, and the 4-piece gives you indirect transmission. You can see it says your status effects now spread to kill on all enemies within 10 meters and refresh 50% of the duration, and the other talent on here is Proliferation, which increases indirect transmission range from 10 meters to 15 meters and refresh percentage from 50% to 75%. Now, typically with certain builds, you have a variation that you can run when it comes to the body armor or the backpack. However, with this build, because the armor and the backpack have specific talents attached to it, you definitely want those two equipped. Now, when it comes to the holster, the knee pads, and the gloves, all of those are really interchangeable. You want 2 of them to be ECLIPSE protocol, and the third one could be any sort of gear set that you may like running with. You can see here I'm running Badger Tough for my knee pads. I would much rather those attributes be something totally different, but for this actual build, if I'm comparing my gloves to my knee pads and the holster, this is the best variation that I happen to have. Finally, my friends, moving on to the backpack, this is the other piece of ECLIPSE protocol that you definitely want equipped. It's because of the talent system aggravator, amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 30%. And one thing I'd like to mention is in the past, you could just equip the backpack and get that bonus. However, now you have to have 3 other pieces equipped in order to get that amplified bonus, so you definitely want to do that with this build. Now, in regards to the skills themselves, this is where you should pick two that really work for your game style. I like using the Crusader Shield and the Assault Drone. However, I know people like using, the Seeker Mines and the Pulse. Whatever works for you, that's what you should focus on. And as we start to wrap this video up, I'd like to pass along a few tips, and this is really just for new players to the game or people just returning and you're just getting used to trying to put together new types of builds. The first thing I recommend is going to a mission or control point or something in the game that you are comfortable with, so you know the patterns of the NPCs, so your main focus is seeing how the build responds to you, not, where's everybody coming from. The other thing I recommend is try different skills when it comes to this build itself. I mean, like you see here, I'm running the Assault Drone and the Shield. However, I know people that have more success running with a Seeker Mine or running with the Pulse skill. So try them all out and see which one works best for you. And that really holds true for the specialization as well. So try them all. Try Gunner, try Firewall. And like I said before, this is just a template. It's something I love to run with, and hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. On that note, my friends, I think we're going to wrap this video up. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your continued support. You guys are amazing, and I sincerely appreciate your time and just, being involved in this community and your feedback. All of that stuff means the world to me. One of the things I love about the community that we're building is when I put together a video like this, everyone leaves their ideas and opinions down below. It's something I welcome, so anything you can put down below to help out other players, I appreciate it, and that, in my opinion, is what makes our community absolutely awesome. Like I said at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone. We need that Turret!